Welcome to the TGBN show with your host, Garrett Williamson. Have fun and learn a lot, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up? It's the TGBN show, motherfuckers, and I'm going to show you every piece of technology I've been using in the 2014 year. This is my little office, when it's not really an office, it's just my room. But, you know, I'll call it my office. So it's pretty nice. Anyways, the first thing we have is the MacBook Pro mid-2012 model. I've upgraded the unit to 8 gigabytes of RAM because it came standard with the 4 gigabytes of DDR3 memory. I also upgraded the storage to the 240 gigabyte SSD, you totally know the difference. The CPU is the 2.5 gigahertz dual-core i5 with the turbo boost at 3.1 gigahertz. If that matters to you. But yeah, honestly, I edit a lot on this. It's the only laptop I really carry around, and I have 3, so I do like Apple's thing there. The next one is PS Vita, the PlayStation Vita. I have the version 1. I don't have the Slim. I got it shortly after it came out, actually, because I'd never had a PSP. It does collect a lot of dust, but throughout this year it hasn't been too shabby. I've played quite a bit of games, and I don't have a terrible amount, I would say, is in terms of how many they've released anyways. So I would say it's not too shabby. Let's see the next guy here. We do have the Xbox One, obviously the 8th generation console. It gets the most use other than my Mac. In my room for sure. And I got the 2 terabyte portable drive with the USB 3.0. It's basically a must buy. I got the rechargeable 2-port controller stand, obviously, which I showed in my last review video. But yeah, my collection has definitely grown within the year of the 11 games. So pretty solid stuff so far. The next one is a Sony PS3 because I don't have the PS4, so it is a 7th generation console. Collects dust, that's all I can say. Even when I got it, I still played my 360. I have a lot of games I haven't even opened yet. But you know, it's still a great console, and it still has been played throughout the year. I would have to say. Next one would be the 3DS, so Nintendo's portable gaming unit. So it's the first 3DS model, so I don't have the new one that's coming out with the second analog stick, which is shitty. Not gonna upgrade on that piece of shit. But I was playing Scribble Notes, the Unmasked or whatever. Fucking terrible game. I like the original Scribble Notes I played for my Wii U, but honestly, 3DS collects a lot of dust. That's all I can say. Look at my library of games, like what, 6? Dr. Dre wireless Beats, so they are Bluetooth 3.0. I got them because I love wireless. I love Beats. I think it's awesome. Apple bought them, so that's great. They're a pretty prized company, so I do appreciate the quality out of these guys, so they're worth the money for me, I would have to say. It does come with as well the 3.5mm headphone jack that I'll be showing right here, so you don't just have to listen to it via wireless. Next is the Samsung 19-inch LED monitor, 1080p 60 frames. Immerson's 32 LED 720 with 60 Hz refresh rate. The Insignia 40-inch LED with 1080p 60 Hz refresh rate. So we do have that 720 in the middle, which kind of is my slave. It's always on, and it's always just kind of there, so I can edit or whatever. My next is the Acer Desktop. This is my slave computer, is what I like to call it. It has the AMD quad-core A6 3820 APU, which is not too bad. The memory is 6 gigabytes of DDR3, a standard conventional memory. The storage is a terabyte hard drive. Not too terrible. It does have the Radeon HD graphics, so it does have that. It's not too good though. It's pretty shitty, especially since the model is an Acer. Here is my power brick. It's fucking toast right now. Like it has 12 ports, and it's always used. So where's my Xbox? Oh, my 360. Where'd it go? Oh, what's under his? There that bitch is. So it's Xbox 360 7th generation console. I like to say I still did play it. It's underneath my desk. I don't play it all that much. There's a Cheerio by it. But yeah, it doesn't get much. I have a pretty decent library. I even played those original Xbox games on it for the backwards compatible 300 games it can take anyways. So it's not a terrible console. I use it quite a bit, I would have to say. The next is Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 8.0, so it's like 2 years old now. I didn't like the big tablets and I didn't like the small ones. So it has a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Exynos 4212 processor, a memory of 1.5 gigahertz RAM, like the memory is 1.5 gigabytes RAM, sorry. And actually it's pretty fluid for an Android device and lasting that long. My phone has had the fucking worst time of its life. Now I got an iPhone 4S because all my other ones shit the bed. iPhone 4S is still lasting me. I've only had it for like 2 months. It's totally shitty because we're on to the iPhone 6 now. But you know what? I'm surprised that it's still trucking, so I'm not going to upgrade my phone till to probably the iPhone 7, I would imagine. Next is Avid Vocal Studio, my M Audio Producer USB mic. It's a condenser mic. It's perfect. It's the one I'm recording on right now. Pretty decent quality. I definitely recommend picking it up. It's about $150, I believe. So it's not terrible. I got a stand with it as well that I use if I want to record. I do have music that I'll show you guys eventually throughout the channel. Yeah, so it does come with Pro Tools SE, which is totally shitty. I recommend using GarageBand on the Mac or using Mixcraft or Audacity. This IBM is kind of worth mentioning. It's underneath my Samsung 19-inch model. I haven't opened it. It's connected to my Samsung with a VGA cable. It's just worth mentioning because it's never off. It charges so many items, and it's just worth mentioning. It's been trucking for 12 years, so... My next is the Wii U, Nintendo Wii U 8th generation console. A lot of people give me flack on it because it's an 8th generation, and a lot of people disagree with that, but I agree that's an 8th generation. It's Nintendo's next generation console, so it should be part of the... It's technically against the Xbox and PlayStation 4 and 1. Yeah, you can see it's right beside my PS3 underneath my Xbox One. It gets dust. Like, I just actually plugged it in so I could, like, have my setup a little bit better. There's the controller itself. I don't mind it. The only shitty thing on it, the only shitty thing about this whole system is the controller lasts like 3 hours, and I'm not a big fan of the game so far. Given that I still should pick up Super Smash Bros. Wii U and Mario Kart 8, and maybe Bayonetta 2. But yeah, so that's basically it for the technology that I actually use within the year. So basically that will be my whole, that's what I used for 2014. Here's just a few photos of stuff I really like Star Wars and Spider-Man, etc. Anyways, this is the gaming broadcast news, and we will be out of this bitch. Have a good one.